So welcome to this presentation to hear a little bit about ETH Zurich, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich in Switzerland. And I would, of course, like to encourage you to follow in the footsteps of probably our most famous graduate, Albert Einstein, who studied at ETH back in 120 or so years ago. So ETH was established 1855, so also a well-established traditional institution. Today, we are proud to say that we are one of the world's leading universities for engineering and the natural sciences. So the focus is on technology and natural sciences. A place of a very international university. We have students and staff from over 120, I think 122 at the moment, different nationalities. Our focus is on education, but with a very, very strong link to research, and in particular fundamental research, and I will show you examples of that. But the purpose of a university is to serve society, so the transfer of knowledge, transfer of technology, transfer of solutions for the benefit of society is behind everything that we do. I mentioned Albert Einstein, but he's not alone in our Hall of Fame. By today, a total of 22 Nobel laureates have been associated with ETH Zurich during some part of their career. Other famous names you may recognize: Wolfgang Pauli, the famous physicist. He was a professor of physics for some 30 years back in the last century. And the latest Nobel laureate is in physics, Didier Queloz, who was one of the scientists who got the Nobel, one of the two scientists who got the Nobel Prize for discovering the first exoplanet. ETH has two main locations in Zurich, in the heart of Switzerland, in the heart of Europe, in downtown. The building you saw on the introductory slide, and a modern campus just outside of the city center. You see the campus in the background of my screen. We also operate one of our 16 departments in Basel. Basel, as you perhaps know, is the center of the pharmaceutical and chemical industry in Switzerland. So the Department of Biosystem Science and Engineering is based there. And we operate the Switzerland's National Supercomputing Center in the south, in the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. Key figures. This year we have, last week when we started the semester, we reached 25,000 students from, as I said, 120 different countries. Total percentage of international students is 37 in the whole population. And if you go look at the master's programs, it's currently 42% of students who are international. And you also see at the bottom right a large doctoral student population, 4,500 PhD students who are doing their doctorate degree at ETH at the moment. The strategic areas, as I mentioned, science and technology. So engineering focus on the fundamentals of physics and chemistry, biology, mathematics, but with a applied focus for the benefit of society, looking at solving global challenges: energy, sustainability, mobility, urban planning, the digital transformation of not only of society, but in particular of industries, supporting the industry in making the digital transformation. And the third focus is on health and well-being. We offer an undergraduate program in medicine, not a graduate program, but an undergraduate program. But we are convinced that engineers have an important role in helping society coping with an aging population, so medical technology and engineering solutions for health. And the fifth focus is more an institutional one, a dialogue with society on all levels. Let me say a few words about the educational programs. The bachelor's programs are primarily taught in German. So if you want to apply for a bachelor's degree, you need to be proficient in German when applying. And you can see the percentage of international students is low. They mainly come from the neighboring countries, Germany, Austria. On master's level, we have a different picture. We saw the high number of international students, 1/3 female. We would like to have a higher number of female students. So in particular, all ladies out there, I strongly encourage you to apply. I mentioned the strong link on the fundamentals. There is also a strong link with research in all master's programs. Typically, students get integrated into a research group, at least for the second half of the master's program. So get hands-on experience in doing research in the lab. With 40+% of international students and 70+% international faculty, the environment is international, inspiring, and prepares graduates either for a professional career in Switzerland or elsewhere, or for doing a PhD. The language of instruction in all but 3 of our 47 master's programs is English. So there is no need to have German knowledge to apply and be admitted. We strongly encourage all students to learn German while they then are in Zurich, to understand more of what's going on in society around them, but also as a preparation for those who want to stay on in Switzerland and start their professional career in a tuition fees, financial support to higher education in Switzerland is publicly funded, and tuition fees are, I don't want to say cheap, modest. We charge 800 Swiss francs. That corresponds to $1,700 per year. So very modest fees. The cost of living in Switzerland is high. Students need to budget about 20,000 Swiss francs, or $20,000 per year. But the fee is the same for Swiss and international students, so there is no differentiation there. And if you compare the total cost of a master's degree at ETH with, say, MIT, you still have a very, very good deal. And for master's students, we offer an excellent scholarship and opportunity program that provides funding for the complete package, so tuition and cost of living for the duration of the program. What do you need to apply? The formal prerequisite is a bachelor's degree in the corresponding subject, a bachelor's degree by the European credit system, 180 credits, and you need to apply online. The main focus of the admissions committee is on the academic background of the student, so the profile of your undergraduate degree, and whether that corresponds to the requirement profile that has been defined for each degree program. For the so-called consecutive programs, so the same subject as the bachelor's degree. The requirement profile matches the corresponding bachelor's curriculum at ETH, but there's also about 1/3 of the programs are so-called specialized master's programs, typically interdisciplinary programs, where students with different backgrounds can be admitted. And the language skills, you need to have C1 level English knowledge. And as I mentioned, only a very few, 3 or 4 programs require German as well. The application period, the next application period opens in a month's time on 1st of November and closes on the 15th of December. On the website, you can find all the details about how to apply, the documents you need to submit, and so on. Very quickly, I will flip through 3 pages showing the programs that we offer, and of course I cannot go into the details of all of them. The blue dots are programs in English, the green dots are programs in German. So the 5 clusters or areas of the programs are in architecture and civil engineering, engineering sciences, classical engineering and interdisciplinary programs, natural sciences and mathematics, strong programs in physics, chemistry, biology, and what we call the system-oriented natural sciences or applied natural sciences, environment, agriculture, food science, health sciences, and technology. Slightly different types of program, not directly focused on engineering or natural sciences, but on management and social sciences. The management, technology, and economics program, however, requires a background in engineering. So it's a management program for students with an engineering background. One of the exciting things about studying at ETH is the entrepreneurship opportunities and training that we offer. You can take elective courses, or all students can take elective courses in entrepreneurship from the Professorship of Entrepreneurship, or carry out their semester projects with industry, or work on their own project in the makerspace in our student project house. And then there's a lot of student-based student initiatives as well. And I'm proud to say that we have some very nice success stories of entrepreneurship further down the line. This is an example of a recent fundraising round of a company called Climeworks. 2 ETH graduates have developed a technology that filters CO2, carbon dioxide, directly from the air. And you can either use it for chemical processes or store it underground. And Climeworks, the company, recently raised funding from venture capitalists of 600 million Swiss francs. And a final slide to say a few words about the doctorate at ETH. 4,500 doctoral students. We take in over 1,000 per year, very international, 74% international students, focusing on an independent scientific project, but also taking responsibility for developing personal soft skills that are required for the professional career, including supervising students, so learning to teach and learning to communicate with an expert audience.